Hi, welcome to my channel Tech Easy Learning. Today we are going to see one topic in Oracle SQL. It is Oracle SQL constraints. In interview, they will ask, sometimes they will ask about the constraints. Those who are having 0 to 1 year of experience, they can face this type of questions. Okay, what are all the constraints available in Oracle SQL? Have to tell one by one and have to give some brief explanation of each and every constraint. Okay, I think you might all aware of these constraints, but normally if suddenly if they ask an interview, you may not be in a position to tell the answers unless you by heart the answers properly. Okay, first constraint is not null. This is common one, everybody knows. Okay, normally we will use this not null constraints, not null constraint in almost all the columns, in almost all the tables. Okay, so while creating the table, you have to specify the column name, after that data type, then the constraint not null. Not null doesn't allow any null values in the specified column. Okay, then default constraint. What is the use of this default constraint? Okay, normally if you're having some, say, the retail store, for that the customers will be local peoples only. Okay, they will be having their name, address, and city means almost all people will have the same city name only. Country means country name, same country only. So default constraint will create that, helps us to create that default value, so that there is no need to insert or enter the value each and every time. It saves the time, and it saves the time actually. Okay, so we normally, if the customers are from Madras, means you have to give constraint the constraint name default and that city name Madras. The table should be created in this way. That employee number, you have to specify the constraint not null. Before the data type should be mentioned, and then employee name and city, then data type, then constraint default Madras. There is no need to mention the city name for each and every every time while loading the data or inserting the data. Okay, it is specified at the table level, so it would automatically come when we store the data. This is the usage of the default constraint. Unique. What is the purpose of this unique constraint? But what is unique constraint? Unique constraint ensures that all values in the column are a different one, not the same one. If you take an employee table as an example, that employee number will always be unique. In employee name, we can have more than 2 or 3 employees or 4 employees can have the same name, but nobody will have the same employee. No 2 employees will have the same employee number. So while creating the employee number, you should add this constraint after the not null. Employee number, the column name, and then data type, and then constraint name, sorry, that constraint not null. And after that, you have to give the another constraint unique, so that the data stored in the column will always be unique only. Then primary key, everybody knows that uniquely identifies each row or record in a table. Okay, primary key, normally in the real-time environment, without primary key we cannot do anything. Most of our tables will have the primary key. You can say almost all the tables. Okay, while creating the table, you have to keep this primary key constraint. For example, in the employee table we are creating means employee number. Then you have to give the data type and then constraint. Then employee name, data type. Then after that, you have to give the constraint name, that PK employee number, that means the primary key. Then how to specify which column you want to make it as a primary key. Here the employee number is the primary key. So you have to give primary key within brackets employee number. Okay. Here. These are all very simple and self-explanatory only. There is no need of explaining in detail. That is why I'm giving brief explanation. Interview, sometimes they will ask what is primary key. Then you have to tell uniquely identify each row in the database table, and you have to give the, after while creating the table, you have to get a constraint name, then primary key, and within the bracket you have to give the column name so that the primary key will be created. And then foreign key. If you are having primary key, automatically foreign key will come. It identifies row or record in any other database table, any another database table. That means not the same one. Foreign key means reference to the other table, which is having the primary key. For example, in the employee table, we might be storing the department number. In department table, we might be having the department ID or number. So in department table, department ID is the primary key. And in the employee table, the department ID is the foreign key. Okay. While creating it, you have to specify the department number, foreign key references, and you have to mention the table also. Table within the column, you have to specify the, or within the bracket, you have to specify the column. Check constraint. Check constraint. For this, I have created a separate video. For primary key and unique key differences, I have created a separate video. We can go through that. Okay. For index also, I have created a separate video. These 3 video links I will give in the description so that you can click and see my videos. Okay. Detailed explanation I have given. Here I have given only brief explanation. Okay. The check constant is used to limit the value range that can be placed in a column. For example, if you are having one data where the person's age should be about 20 means, we can specify that at the table level. For example, you are going to have some voter ID list. You cannot have all the kids' name in their voter ID. Below 18, you cannot have. Below 20, we cannot have. Okay. What is below 18? We cannot have. Normal. I have given the age as 20. Like that, you have to specify that constraint here, so that it will check whether the age entered is below 20. Sorry, greater than 20. If it is below 20 means it won't allow. Okay. So it will check the range in which the age criteria falls. Employee number not null, e-name, then age integer, and you have to the check constraint age is greater than or equal to 20. Then index. Index is nothing but the, if you're having a very big book, you will be having index at the end of the book. What is the purpose of this index? We want to find any words. If you're going on searching the book, that means if you are going one by one page, or after that one page, if you are going on turning the pages, it will take whole day. So what normally we will do, we will go to the last page and we will see the index, and in the index we will search for the word, and nearby the word the page number will be there, so that we will go to the particular page and then we will see that word. So it will be very easy. Similar to that, the indexes works in the Oracle. By using the index, we can retrieve the data very quickly. For the creation of the index, I have created a separate video. I will give that link in the description, so that you can go through that and you can learn the things very easily. Okay, so far we have seen some brief explanation about the constraints. We will see about the other interview question and answers in the next video. Thanks. Bye.